funky.
My darling, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
What? Yo, I ain't got no snare in my headphones.
Turn it up.
Turn it up. I ain't got no. It's back now. It's back now.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, my bad, everybody. My bad, Kangsan. Because we back in the building. You look at me. I'm killing it. The clown, red balloon, and shit. Like poop. Got a new bidet. It's lit. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I love it when Kangsan looks at me because Kangsan has a lot of faith in me. Okay, and when I start doing things, he wishes the best for me. So I love the face that he gives me when I'm trying my hardest, and I could see it like a parent. You can do it, son. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're getting there. You'll learn.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Good Times with the Boys. I have Kangsan and myself today. Just the dynamic duo today.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us on October 4th. 4th of October, guys. There's been a lot on my mind recently.
Yeah, same here. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about what's on our minds, vent a little, debate a little.
Yeah. It's weird because I when I was growing up, when everyone grows up they want to be something. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a cop or whatever. And then there are some more specific people who say, you know what? No, I want to follow in the footsteps of somebody. I want to play sports, or my dad's a doctor, or my mom was diagnosed with cancer and I want to be a doctor to say yada yada. You know,
Right.
And so I felt that when I was growing up, specifically playing golf. I was like, dude, anybody can. Like, maybe I was a little naive, but anybody can make it. You know what I mean? So I had my dreams growing up, but it's weird, man, because recently it's kind of like, I'm not playing golf as much, and that's what I wanted to do. And now I'm like kind of refinding myself, bro.
Yeah, I think what they don't tell you as a kid, maybe because it's a concept you don't understand, is that life is, for the most part, all about just try to always find yourself. A lot of times, I think what gets people in trouble, so to speak, down the road is that they get comfortable with where they are. And the world and life is an ever-changing experience. And when you get comfortable and you want things to stay the same, I think that's dangerous because everything around you is going to keep changing. You just have to be adept. Is that the word? You just have to be ready for change and easily adaptable. When I was a kid, when I was 5, I told my mom I wanted to be a comedian, to which she laughed at me, to which I thought, I'm on my way.
I'm on my way. That's good. That's so good.
And later on in life, you go through the phases that every kid goes through. You want to be a firefighter, and then you want to be a professional athlete, and then you want to be an actor. But when it came to deciding what I want for college, I actually first wanted to become a musician.
Interesting.
I played the saxophone from age 9 till high school, and I fell in love with it. I was first chair in middle school. I remember I had this solo. I played it in front of my parents. It was all fun.
What does first chair mean? Is like first team all-stars like that, or first team
you're like the
All-American?
captain of your section.
Wow.
Yeah.
My bad.
So it was fun. I always enjoyed music, and to be able to play it, I thought throughout my adult life, I thought it'd be kind of cool. But, parents are trying to look at like the safest options available. So they're saying music's not that safe. Pick something that's a little bit more conservative, I guess, so to speak. So this was my logic as a 17-year-old, which, again, by the way, it's so hard for a 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old to know what they want to do at that point in life. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the right answer is, but I just feel like picking a major at that young of an age is just so hard to do.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, and we talked about that before. How by the time you're 22 years old, you're supposed to, quote unquote, know what your career is supposed to be.
Yeah, and with a life expectancy of like 80 plus, you've lived a quarter of your life, and you're supposed to know what you're supposed to do for the other 3/4. That's kind of silly. So anyway, I prefaced that because the reason I chose finance was because I like to play Madden a lot, and I like to negotiate contracts online.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you play like a career mode and you're like the GM of a team, you negotiate contracts.
Dude, that's not even that crazy.
You get stadium deals. You get like, I was so into that, like player contracts, how much our concessions is going to be, why we should relocate to another city. It was all about the money, and that's why I chose finance. So
that's not crazy, dude.
It's not crazy, but that goes to show you like there's a disconnect for a 17-year-old.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Right.
I spent, it's, you know, my college years thinking that this is how life was going to be.
Managing a fake team.
You know, so.
No, it's, so when I was through high school and going to college, I'm Filipino, obviously. Maybe not obvious. I'm Filipino.
Okay.
I'm fluent in a lot of languages like Korean, Spanish, love. Oh, you know, the language of love is like my fourth language, you know. But Filipinos are, I don't want to say notorious because that's a bad word. Infamous, I guess, right? Infamous is not that bad.
Yeah.
But it's almost part of common nature of that culture of the Filipinos to be, hey, be a nurse, right?
Yes.
I mean, everyone makes a joke about it, all that stuff, whatever, and that's totally fine. Nursing is a very noble job.
Of course, it's service.
It's service,
yeah.
And you save lives. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. But my parents were always telling me, go that route, go nursing.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to recall if there was ever a time. I mean, I was still playing golf in college. You know what I mean? If they say, hey. And they said, if you're good enough, okay, yeah, let's go to like a four-letter school or whatever. But they always had that, okay, just do nursing, try doing nursing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, traveling, and that's why a lot of potential professional athletes that leave college or going through college, they're majoring in a finance or an economics or English or whatever, stuff that doesn't really take a lot of your time at school. Whereas for a lot of the sciences, like if you're pre-med or something like that, it's a lot harder. Or a lot of people take communications, right, or sociology. But I'm still doing those classes and playing golf at the same time. But it was always like an ulterior motive to my. And it wasn't me saying that. It was like my parents, like, hey, make sure you get a good, maybe be a nurse. You know, just be a nurse. But you know, they didn't even entertain like, do you want to be a doctor or a politician, maybe. But that's how. You know, that's kind of weird. Maybe that's why even till today, I'm still kind of, there's an imbalance in the way my thought goes as far as what I want to do.
Yeah, I think, you know, just speaking from experience, when you end up in a job based on your college choices and you're not passionate about it, it sucks. It's a really shitty position to be in, to have to try and find the silver lining. I feel like a lot of times with a job, whether it's an entry-level position or progressing along with your career, at a certain point, you have to be looking forward to heading into the office, looking forward to taking on that difficult task, looking forward to catching up with your office mate or whatever. But when you're doing it just because that's the only job you have, and you're just sort of like, I'm just coasting and living for the weekend. If you sort of like step back and look at it objectively, it's a really weird concept to think that here I spend 40 hours a week, 5 out of 7 days, to look forward to enjoying myself for 48, so to speak, so that I can do it all over. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a weird thing where it's like, oh man, I'm spending 5/7 of every week of every year to try and just enjoy the 2. It just seems weird,
it
wrong.
is weird. And to be honest, I feel like it's a vicious cycle
Yeah.
because you're trying to pack 5 days worth of pent up, not being able to have fun or do what you want to do or just energy because you're restless into the 48 hours. And you do it as soon as the 48 hours starts and as soon as the 48 hour ends to make the most out of your 48 hours.
Correct.
And then you go back to your 5 days of duty and you're still recovering. It doesn't feel the same. And it kind of just, it messes up with your work ethic sometimes or just how you're thinking and hence discussions like this kind of.
Yeah. And it's weird because and we all know, even if you don't talk about it, if you're frustrated, it builds up inside and eventually it'll translate into something else, right? Energy is not, what is it? Energy is not
static.
It's destroyed,
It's
or it
dynamic.
just transfers from one form to
yeah.
another, some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I think we're both right.
I think you're right, yeah.
But yeah, that frustration about work can lead to somebody cuts you off while you're driving and that leads to road rage. And then maybe you do something you regret. Or you go to a restaurant, somebody gets the wrong order and you're like, this is the last fucking thing I need right now. And you're yelling at them when at any other day, you just be like, oh, that's cool. Don't worry about it. Just let me get my right order and we're fine.
Right.
So I think that's the important thing. Whatever it is, I think it just has to suit your personality, your position in life at that point. And that's also part of the reason why we're venting, but that's also part of the reason why we're doing this podcast.
It's a fact.
We're trying to just do something that we would enjoy doing if this was our 9 to 5, so to speak. Yeah.
I just want to say, for the people who are listening that work with me, my job is great. I love the people that I work with. So there's no malice towards you guys or the job that I have. My job is great. I just want to put that out there. I'm not hating on anybody.
Oh, okay. To anybody that's listening that's at my work, I don't think anyone's listening, so I don't care. The people that I like know that I like them, so we're good.
Oh, okay. I like that. Kind of cryptic, but I like that.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, so I mean, we're just going out, and that's why I frequent a lot of fun times with the boys, good times with the boys, fun times in a lot of places here and there. Kangsan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm thinking about buying property in Vegas. And
hey, this last trip that we went on, you kind of caught a hot streak there at the end.
You know what, dude? It was weird, man. I already went into it. We weren't supposed to go, Andrew and I, right? We weren't supposed to go. And I already went there with a limited amount of funds. And I don't like going to Vegas with a limited amount of funds because I want to have fun.
Correct.
Right?
And you don't want to limit it.
And I don't want to limit it. Exactly.
Right.
Not saying that you can't have fun in Vegas with a little bit of amount of money, but with the way, in my degenerative ways, that's how I have fun.
Oh, for sure.
And
so what happened? Because I wasn't there.
Yeah. And
so tell me what happened. What went down?
And I'm telling you guys this, okay? Don't ever hate on champagne brunch, okay? There is something, and Andrew can attest for this, there is something magical about champagne brunch. It's just, it's a perfect combination. I don't need to get into it. Those of you who know it, okay? And, dude, to be honest, I'm going to try to recollect what I remember. Okay. Because I don't even remember piecing out to you guys.
Okay.
I don't even remember leaving the restaurant.
Okay, so let's because I didn't drink.
Correct.
Let's go step by step.
Okay.
Let's go. So to for everybody that's listening that may not know what's going on, last weekend, Raph, myself, German, Andrew, Asan, a few other of the homies that you will hopefully get a chance to listen to on the pod, made a trip to Vegas to kind of get together. And it was a rare occasion where a lot of people were available. And as you get older, those types of moments become harder and harder to
I was just thinking about that's crazy, dude.
We had 8 people together. I didn't tell Raph that German and Andrew were coming. I wanted to surprise them. So we went to Vegas, hit up the day club, hit up the nightclub. German was there. And the next day we all met at the buffet at the Wynn. Now,
Shout out to Win Buffet.
This is where the story begins.
Mm.
We walk back over to where we stay at the Venetian. My side of the story here is we had packed up the car beforehand, so all we did was find our car and we started to drive home. When German says he doesn't remember saying bye to us, what happened was we walked to the front. He said, "Oh, we got to go this way." German and Andrew momentarily forgot where they parked and they headed back into the casino, where there was no doubt in my mind that they would go back to gambling.
Hey, when in
doubt.
win in casino, okay?
They had killed a total of 5 champagne bottles between them. So obviously driving was not an option at that point in time.
Of course, because we're safe.
So I figured, what else are they going to do? They're not the type to sit around and twiddle their thumbs unless it's on a slot machine or a table. So that's where we are right now. So at this point, we're heading back. Myself, Raph, and the crew are heading back. German and Andrew are at the slots at the Win.
Did I say bye to you guys at least?
Yeah, you said bye to everybody. Everybody said bye to everybody.
Thank God.
Okay. So then what happened?
So, dude, to be honest, I was not saying I was down to my last penny, but I don't even remember the money that I used to. So if to Tarantino this, there's a very nice happy ending to the story. Okay, and so we part ways with Kangsan apparently. Kangsan and his party leave, and so Andrew and I dive deep into the I call it the cage. It's not necessarily a cage, but when I'm in a casino, it feels like I'm a cage because I'm fighting for my life. Okay. And I don't even remember playing any other games except for my favorite game. My favorite slot game is Buffalo.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's called Buffalo.
It's just the one with buffaloes on it.
It's just the one with buffaloes on it.
Right on.
Okay. And you know what? Shout out to Bally's. I don't know if I should say this, but shout out to Bally's because they have a shit ton of Buffalo games over there.
Hey, yo.
Jackpot. So heaven for Buffaloes. And so I don't remember playing any other games, but I do remember it was I think a 3 Buffalo game area. I was playing on the furthest right one.
Okay.
So I do remember that. And now this is where it starts getting a little bit hazy because I don't recall me putting in money.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't have a lot of money to begin with.
Is it a penny slot? Is it a dollar slot?
Yeah, it's a dollar slot. It's like one of the newer machines.
Okay.
You put your dollar in and all that stuff, put in the ticket or whatever. I might have put in maybe, because I think I had maybe $10 or $15 on me or something like that in 5s. So I remember I just put in. And we were playing a little bit. Andrew was sitting in the chair next to me. He wasn't playing, but he was just watching. And for people that know the Buffalo game, there are certain, with other slot machines and all that stuff, there are certain key pictures that you look for, right? And I'm looking for them, and I'm not even looking at the amount of money that I have at the time, which wasn't a lot, but I hit what I needed to hit, right? Not necessarily a jackpot, but I was like, oh, I hit it. I'm like, oh, cool. And I love playing penny slots and putting on the loudest volume because I'm obnoxious and it's fun, right? Have fun.
Right.
And so I hit it. And this like mini jackpot consists of, you can either have additional spins or additional bonuses or an additional multiplier.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Or apparently all 3 of them, which is what I think I got.
Okay.
So I go in, I get what I need to get, my little spinner thingies, and you get 3 bonus somethings. Okay. So I hit the bonus, and I think it was a bonus of 8 free spins.
Hey.
I'm like, okay, cool. 8 free spins. So I do the 8 spins, and within this other small game are other small games within it where there's potential to win money as well. So I'm in a game within a game within a game, winning money, and also at the same time getting more free spins. Now, if I were to take it back a little bit, this is the first bonus of 3.
Oh, wow.
So I am in the 3rd level of one of the levels that I have. Okay. And so I just keep getting free spins. So I have like 60 free spins. And I'm winning a times 4 and a times 10, times 3, times 2, times 3, times all that stuff. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, okay. I remember taking a picture or a video of it. Maybe I'll show it to you guys. But at $220 or something like that, climbing, right? And I was like, oh shit. And the next video I took, it was $1,500, right? And I was like, at this point again, dude, it's like I'm not even drunk anymore. I'm just high off of this high.
Yeah.
Right? Money's great, you know. Who doesn't like money? And it keeps going. And this is all off of one game. And so, dude, everyone's crowding around us. People, there's, I think a service person was already there, you know, because you got to sign paperwork and all that stuff. But, dude, I was walking around. I was yelling. Well, actually, I wasn't yelling. I was just more like screaming in disbelief. And Andrew was just there watching.
Was there a crowd behind you at this point?
There was a crowd. From what I can remember, I think like 6 people on this side, 4 people behind me, and like 2 or 3 on the other side. Because I'm standing up.
Are you like high-fiving everybody?
No.
Oh.
Because when people win, people fucking hate you at the casino.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why wasn't that me? And I always hate it when I leave a machine and someone else goes to sit down and boom, hits like a jackpot or something like that. Because I'd be pissed too, right? Like, damn, that's my money.
Yeah.
I invested my money into that. And I'm like, no, you just lost it all. You know what I mean? And it's not going to me. You know? But yeah, it was just, it was crazy, man. I don't know why I kept on standing up. And then when I realized how much it was, I was like, I need to sit down because I need to claim this. And so I ended up at, at a good amount of money.
I know.
And
I saw none of it. I'm just kidding. What I do remember is I was driving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm driving home. We're right after Baker, heading toward Barstow. So we're about halfway there. Get a FaceTime from Germund.
Damn, you guys were far.
Yeah. It's me. Come on now.
Hey, the furious baby.
So Rocky's sitting next to me. Hassan and Kelly are in the back sleeping. Pull up the phone, and all I hear is, that's all I hear. And I'm like, what?
Sorry, man.
And then I just hear 23. And I was like, great. That's cool, guys.
I was looking at you and your face looked so confused. And I was like, why? And I'm pretty sure in my mind it sounded like this. Why the fuck can't you hear what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure I was like,
and then I hear Andrew go, German won a lot of money. And then I go, oh, okay, I get it.
Maybe I was drunk still. I don't know. But you know what? That is one of the stories of sometimes things happen. Sometimes things just happen.
Hey, speaking of things just happening, a couple weeks ago at the current place of employment that I work at, we decided to have a little company outing at a brewery in LA. So we're I in these types of scenarios, I like to talk to as many of my coworkers as I can. Especially it's a brewery, everyone's having a good time. You just want to walk around and kind of get to know everybody that you normally don't work with. So, talking to one of the guys, and you know the game where it's a washer on a string and you're trying to swing it onto the hook?
God, I hate that
So
game.
me and him are trying to play, right? He's trying to loop it around, swing it. I'm trying to like get it so softly where it gently comes up and it just clinks onto the hook.
Yeah.
So we're both testing our ways. We get to talking, and for whatever reason, we talk about the bathroom. And if you've listened to previous podcasts, we go deep into our toiletry environment or toilet environment and sort of our manners, so to speak. And for whatever reason, he brings up the idea of a bidet. And I immediately think of Germund, for better or for worse.
For better.
So I tell him my friend's also into bidets, and we just keep talking. And he pulls out his phone and he says, you know what? I'm going to buy you a bidet right now. Now, mind you, I don't know how drunk this man is. So I just looked at him. I said, are you sure? Like, I believe you. I believe when you say you like a bidet, you don't have to buy me one. He's like, no, I'll get you the model that I have. I'll Amazon Prime it.
Dude, how? I feel like that would be me. Like I'm pretty sure he's passionate about bidets.
Yeah. So then I look to my right, and another coworker is approaching us, and he goes, "What are you guys talking about?" I'm not one to lie, so I say, "We're talking about bidets," and he's buying me one. To which my other coworker replied, "I have 2 bathrooms. Can you buy me 2?"
Oh my god!
So, long story short, I now have a bidet. It is an experience, so to say the least. And now every time I see him at work, he nods, as in like we have like this like secret pact where we're the only ones that know about this. And so he asked like, "Oh, what does your friend think?" And I was like, "Oh, German." Well, he doesn't know German, but I told him, came over to help me install it, and he's gonna go home and tell his parents. And he just started laughing, and he's like, "Man, that guy's just he's into it." I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "I'm telling you, man." So,
really quick for the listeners who don't know what a bidet is, it's not spelled like a bidet. BIDET is a plumbing fixture or type of sink intended for washing the genitalia, perineum, inner buttocks, and anus of the human body. Well, I guess you can wash the perineum then. I guess it's fine. That's what a bidet is.
So on the theme of you just never know what's going to happen, one day you might go to a company outing and you might end up with a bidet.
That's a win.
It literally, after he walked away, he's like, "Look, I bought it." He showed me like proof. He's like, "Put your address on the phone, like delivery, blah blah blah."
Oh my god!
And he walked away, and I remember just standing there, and I just was thinking to myself, how does this sound believable at all? I was at a brewery, and I got a free bidet. I had
no just giving them out.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what to do here. So that was, I might not have one in Vegas.
Oh my god!
But I won in life.
In life, dude. Oh, it's. Look, guys, it's not. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It's funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, bidets are hilarious, but don't sell yourself short. Okay. I think, and this is scientific proof. American buttholes compared to Japanese buttholes are on average 77.5% dirtier.
Is that like proven?
That's proven.
How do they test that though?
100 samples, 100 willing samples. Check 100 buttholes from the America. Check 100 buttholes from Japan.
How do they even test that? That's so weird.
The logistics I'd much rather not get into. I like just talking about the numbers.
Okay.
And because wherever you go, even in a third world country like the Philippines, it's not necessarily a bidet, but it's like a bucket, and you just wash your butt with water.
Yeah.
Over here, all we do is just wipe, bro. They're just wipe, dog.
See, that's the thing though. Like I mean, we've talked about it before in this.
Extensively.
Yeah, so we're not going to get into it too much, but I don't know. Like, I don't think you have to have a bidet. I mean, there's so many people in the past have lived without bidets, and we're still here. So,
And dirty buttholes.
Well, I don't think the butthole is on the top 100 things that anyone looks for in a mate, a friend, a partner.
You'd be surprised.
A roommate.
I will say, Kangsan, the one that he got you is $35, dude.
Hey,
That's a win.
that's a win.
Because there are a lot cheaper ones that break, but that one's not bad.
Yeah, that was good. That was fun. So be on the lookout on our YouTube channel for a
Oh, yes.
quick episode of Bidet Time with the Boys where we go through what it takes to install a bidet. And apparently it takes 2 people. Oh, man. For all the venting we do, that was a nice little win for me last week.
Yeah, it's all about finding. It's funny, that meme that people post up. It says you can go into any meeting and sound like you know what you're doing if you just stand up at the end of it and say, "Yeah, man, it's all about just finding the balance in this too, isn't it?" And everyone's just like, "Yeah,
you're so right.
You're right," and then you just walk out. But yeah, you got to take maybe. What does it mean to like take stuff in strides? Like take life in strides? Because I said this last time, but I don't know if I
taking in stride, roll with the punches, go with the flow.
Oh, okay.
They're all kind of the same thing.
So that's what that means.
Like if something happens, you go, all right, well, I guess it's this.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to like always resisting against it.
Oh, I thought taking in strides is in like leap forward or beyond those things.
Oh, no.
Okay, then
Well, sort of, but it's just like as life happens, you just kind of go with it. So like take it in stride. Imagine if you're running and the road turns left, you just turn left. You just take what life gives you. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not like, nah, I'm gonna go straight
Into a bush. Just fucking. But yeah, it's you know what, and I say this a lot. It's a lot about this. It's a lot of things about life are about the subtleties in life.
Correct.
Okay, and you don't have to win big in Vegas to feel any self-fulfillment.
Yes.
It could be as small as a win of, my win at the win. Whoa there.
Ooh.
Or, Kangsan's win with the bidet. It's all a win. We had a dope ass meal today. I consider that a win.
Yeah.
And so I think the more I am more present with myself, right? And realize like, dude, like this fan is on right now. It feels good. I'm not hot. That's a win.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's trying this new camera system that I think is going to be dope in my mind. It feels good. That's a win.
Oh,
right?
for sure. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like doing things that make you feel good.
Yeah. I do. I'm a huge optimist. At the same time, I also think failure is a necessity. In a sense, like you kind of have to suck at things to understand and appreciate things when you get better at them or when you see something that's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole time I've been thinking about like something that rhymes with bidet, so I can say it. The day I won my bidet. There we go.
Oh, May, Bay, Cray.
Yeah, but you won at your win at the win, so that's why.
Oh yeah.
You know,
oh, okay.
The day I won the bidet.
Yeah, the day I won the bidet.
Yeah. That'll be my saying.
Can't wait to use my bidet when I get home. Like I don't even have to use the bathroom.
Sometimes do you just sit there and do it?
Well, you know what? I like having a clean butthole. So after like a long day, like say for instance, every time we record, right, or we do something after work, sometimes you don't have time to take a shower after work or whatever and to feel refreshed. But this is the closest thing to feeling refreshed. You wash your face. Maybe. Not with the bidet, guys. Okay, what the fuck?
You just turn the bidet on. You're like, wash the face, turn around, put in my butthole. All right, tight.
No, it's a nice way of feeling refreshed. I don't. And to answer your question, yeah, I do, Kangsan.
Okay, that's weird.
Is it?
Yes.
To want to have a clean butthole?
When you don't have to clean it? That's like...
I'm a dirty boy. No, I use it. I use it sometimes. What's any prospective plans for you soon?
Well, we're recording this on the 4th. I'll be heading to New York next week for a few days.
Big home of the
Big Apple.
Big Apple.
That'll be fun. Just to kind of go. I don't get a chance to travel too much. In New York, I haven't been there since 2009.
Wow.
So I want to go back and just kind of get to enjoy the city a little bit. New York's great. I do enjoy it. I don't know if I would ever live there. But it is a cool place to vacation to, at least, because there's a lot of things to do, Other than that, I'm excited about this upcoming NBA season. I'm also excited about this upcoming holiday season. This time of the year is one of my favorite times of the year. It's cold. So I like it when it's colder versus when it's hotter. Mm-hmm. And being like, for frame of reference, like cold in California isn't cold. It just feels good.
Yeah. Sorry for the actual people that have to deal with the cold.
Yeah, there's no snow. There's no 40-degree temperatures. It's just 60s. So I love that. And then you also have like all the major sports in its most watchable form. So you have playoff baseball. You have the start of hockey. You have basketball season. You have the middle of the NFL season. If you're a big soccer fan, you have the... what is it called? Damn it. You have soccer tournaments. Or,
there you go.
Yeah, something like that. You have, we have a big fight this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
We have, Tiger versus Phil, on Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
We still have Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas coming up. There's a lot of things to look forward to close out 2018 with a bang.
You know what, man?
Bangity bang bang.
Let me ask you this. All right.
Bang.
I get a lot of shit for this. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, rightfully so, or not rightfully so.
Okay.
But I am part of that. Although I love the festiveness of the holidays. Obviously, I love it. It's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes some holidays are disrespected. Okay.
Okay.
Some holidays are disrespected.
Like, as in, like, they're underrated, or they're just like
underappreciated.
Underappreciated. Okay.
I think they're underappreciated.
And what holiday would that be?
So, Philippines. Christmas is kind of like it's very befitting. It's the birth of Jesus Christ. It's the end of almost the end of the year, culmination of the year. It's happy times and all that stuff. And sometimes people get a little bit crazy too early. Okay. And I have nothing to say against the festivities, the music, the food and drinks and all that stuff. But, and I think this is a good example because people, like, they want something even though it's so far away. And I'm accustomed to this also. When I know I have a trip at the end of the week or the end of the month, I'm just trying to get through whatever just to get at the end of the month so I can go on this trip. But sometimes I'm jaded or I'm not seeing the path clear enough because I'm just trying to go in the linear path, right? Rather than appreciating the journey.
Okay.
And I think part of the journey to the greatest holiday of the year is, you have your Halloweens and you have your Thanksgiving.
Right.
Okay. And so I feel like if I was Thanksgiving, okay, I feel like I would be the illegitimate stepchild. And Christmas is like the Harry Potter. Okay. What's Harry Potter's?
You're asking the wrong person.
Well, hey, look, I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna find the sentence.
Okay.
Harry Potter was the cousin of that fat boy.
Yes.
To the fat parents.
That much I remember.
Right, and he was the nephew to the fat parents.
Yeah.
Right. Stowed him away
under the staircase.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like Thanksgiving is.
Really?
It's like, and then all of a sudden, when Thanksgiving happens, it's all about Thanksgiving just for this week, right? Rightfully so. Oh, just for this week. Yeah. And
okay.
As soon as that Monday happens, fuck it, we have 30 days until Christmas. You know what I mean? Just throw it away to the side.
I could just, there's a lot of things I'm oblivious at. Like maybe I don't understand the impact of it, but I know that Christmas starts super early, and by super early I mean like now. Mm-hmm. Like I see Del Amo Mall setting up their like Christmas tree lot already, and like all this stuff. Like I'm a big believer of like, if you don't like it, don't pay attention to it, or if you don't want to listen to it, don't pay attention to it. Whatever, just don't pay attention to it. So I don't really like notice any of the Christmas stuff until it's about Christmas time.
How can you not pay attention if it's in your face?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're gonna play like Christmas stuff, and I'll just look at it and be like, oh, they got Christmas stuff already. But I'm not like, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily bother me. I do like Thanksgiving.
I'm just an asshole.
I think Christmas has a little bit of a different meaning, though. Thanksgiving is, perfect example. Thanksgiving, what sport is prominent on Thanksgiving?
Football.
Football.
Of course.
Football. And what sport is prominent on Christmas?
Basketball.
Basketball. Correct. So Thanksgiving is like football. It's a little bit more slow. It's a little bit more gluttonous. There's bigger people involved. Okay. It's a lot of just stop and go. And before you know it, the day is already over. Christmas is like basketball. It's fast paced. Everything's everywhere. It's fun when you get to share the experience with others, aka passing the rock.
Dropping dimes.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of highlight plays on Christmas, whether it's the excitement of seeing the babies in your family, whether it's like a baby nephew, baby cousin, opening their first ever gift of Christmas, and you see the elation on their face, whether it's going to a bar on Christmas night to meet up with your other friends, and you're noticing that there's this bar is packed because everyone's done with their families and now you want to go just get drunk and have a good time, to figuring out that it's only a week away from New Year's Eve, which is another shit show that's a lot of fun. Like, I just think that there's an energy in Christmas that is different because it's even closer to the end of the year. Thanksgiving is a holiday that it doesn't necessarily have to encompass the whole day.
Okay.
You know,
Okay,
it's just like a partial. People even work on Thanksgiving day after. It is, you know, it's just kind of, it is what it is. It's a little bit more of the old school traditional holiday in a sense, where I feel like Christmas is just kind of, in a weird way, more progressive.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
More for the youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Like, there's no Thanksgiving movie of like, oh shit, I gotta go get turkey, and then you meet the girl of your dreams.
But see, that's what I'm saying though. See, you're saying all that about Thanksgiving because that's how Thanksgiving is been thought of. But if maybe throughout the years,
So we need to create a movie similar to a Christmas movie where, like, you know how those movies where it's like 7 people from 7 different walks of life?
yes,
And on Christmas Day, all of them come together somehow, or their lives intertwine. We need to do that for Thanksgiving.
yes,
Yeah.
and here's okay. One good thing about Thanksgiving, you at least get that following Friday off. Usually, right?
True.
I don't know where you guys are from, but usually,
Yeah.
right. You get that off. But yeah, like a Christmas story, a Thanksgiving story.
Ah.
4 nights of Thanksgiving. What is it? Oh, 12 days of Christmas. 4 days of Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. We could do that. I do love Thanksgiving food, though. Fuck.
You know, yeah, it's the gluttony aside. Okay, I get it, but it's just so cool with the whole deep frying of the turkey.
Yeah, I'll do deep fried turkey, but I'm not a big fan of the regular turkey no more. Honey baked ham, man.
You know, honey baked ham is a quintessential. It's one of the probably the greatest things to grace us on the best, one of the best holidays of the year.
Honey baked ham, mashed potato gravy, stuffing, and I put a little cranberry sauce on top of my stuffing. And listen, I'm a big proponent of stuffing. Stuffing is a quintessential ingredient. But if you're gonna put celery in that bitch, do not undercook it and make the celery crunchy. That's what croutons are for.
I've never had stuffing with celery in it.
No, I have. And sometimes, like, it, you know, celery takes a while to soften.
Yeah, hard, very hard.
So, you know, if you are part of the family that makes stuffing with celery, just take it out, put croutons in there, or put bread in there. Then you gotta have the bread pudding, pumpkin pie.
Oh my god.
Pecan pie. Yo, pecan pie is one of the more underrated pies, in my opinion. A good pecan pie.
Yeah.
It is sweet. It's crunchy. It makes you feel like you're eating something healthy because there's a lot of pecans on there, but it's really not.
Yeah. What does pecan taste like?
Like by itself?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm thinking about almonds. Yeah. What does a pecan taste like?
Pecan's a little bit like airy, more on the airy side compared to like a peanut or a cashew or a walnut. Those are more dense. It's fluffier, it's lighter, but it's also more dry.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't have anything that will sort of create a different dynamic taste profile of it, then your mouth just gets dry after a while. I mean, they're good. They're good for you.
So it's pretty bland, the pecan pies.
Yeah, it's pretty bland. That's why I think you gotta like candy it and all that stuff. Oh, sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. Ooh.
Oh, that's bomb.
On a side note, ladies and gentlemen, this was back in 2006, 2005. We were at our friend Brendan, aka Forrest's house. Myself and Daryl were in charge of making the sweet potato. Now, at this point, we were really curious whether or not German was truly allergic to coconut.
Shit! I gotta go. My phone's ringing.
Which he claims to be.
I am allergic. I am allergic to coconut.
And he would throw out big words like anaphylactic.
Shock. I would go into anaphylactic shock.
To a 15-year-old fat boy named Kangsan who thought that must be serious.
Yeah.
But also the 15-year-old Kangsan and the 15-year-old Daryl thought, what if, right? So to spoil it for everybody, it has a happy ending, okay? It's going to sound like we're bad friends, but it has a happy ending. So we decided.
You be the judge.
Underneath the marshmallows, we're going to have coconut shreds on the sweet potato, then put the marshmallows over it. Mm-hmm. We're not going to tell German, and we're going to offer it to him and see what he says. So German comes over later. He brings like the drinks and the snacks. We have a family meal. We offer him sweet potato, and we all eat, and we're staring. Takes a big bite out of it, and he chews, and we're just waiting. We don't know what to do. And he looks at us, and he goes, wow, the sweet potatoes are really good. Me and Daryl has a big smile on our face, and we say, you know what's in it? Coconut. We got you, bitch.
You know what? There's a reason why, like, because I'm not, at the time, Brandon had a lot of cats and dog and a lot of cats, but I'm not allergic to it. So it was weird why, like, my throat started itching a little bit, you know, at that time.
Lies.
Look at me, I'm not lying. Okay. It was weird. And I was like, what is, and then, because, you know, sometimes when you don't sprinkle it properly, you don't get all of the edges. So maybe, I don't think I took a big piece of it. Thank God I didn't, because I probably would have fucking died.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of the pod, German is not allergic to coconut. He just doesn't like the flavor profile of it. He doesn't like the texture of it, which is fine.
I do. I carry an EpiPen just in case. See? I carry an EpiPen.
That's your vape.
That's EpiPen. Okay? Just trust me. I'm allergic to coconut. I love bidets, and I'm allergic to coconut.
You're a man who knows what you want.
You know, it's sometimes it's difficult to, it's tough to admit stuff.
Okay. You're not allergic to coconut.
No, because obviously there are things that are true that I'm easy to admit I'm allergic to coconut, but like there are a lot of other things that are just difficult to admit to or just to talk about.
Okay.
And I feel like, you know, as I say, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to observe.
Yes.
And I think if more people were observant instead of judgmental, I think the world would be in a lot better place. Thanksgiving would have a lot of light on it, and you know, pecan pie would taste delicious.
Oh, pecan pie is delicious. Listen, I have no problem if no one else likes pecan pie because that just means there's more pecan pie for me. So I'm okay with that.
We went to our same buddy who's leaving to Atlanta. We went to another party for him recently where there was an assortment of foods there. A lot of veggies, a lot of meat, a lot of libations, a lot of drinks, and apparently a lot of cheesecake. And so when people, if you know Kangsan well enough as I do, or actually a lot of people who just, you know, talk to him about sweets and cakes and all that stuff, there's no amount. I know Kangsan can eat a lot of food, but I swear they have like pie eating contests or, you know, like the hot dog eating contest kind of stuff, but in the version of like sweets and cakes and all that stuff.
Right.
I am on the cusp of sponsoring him to play in that kind of game, because on 3 or 4 different occasions, Kangsan walked out with at least a quarter of a pie every time we're in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, I had a minimum of 1 whole pie for sure.
And every time he came back with a brand new piece of cheesecake. Of the really organic cheesecake that he made. And I'm like, there's no way that he's just walking back and forth with a piece of cheesecake, until I realized Kangsan just ate a whole pie, a whole cheesecake.
Yep.
And it baffles me because I wish I could do that. And then it really puts things into perspective for me.
Well, what do you mean?
Nah, I just I want to eat sweets. It's just it's weird because I mean I'm already fat as it is, so I might as well just fucking eat sweets anyway. But for some reason, as soon as it gets to like sweets or ice creams and stuff, and I'm like, no, I don't know, but I'll take 3 more slices of pizza though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're just a savory type. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a sweets guy. You're a savory guy. It's all good.
I like ice cream.
Yeah, sure. But you'd rather have pizza. I'd rather have the ice cream.
See, I'd
I
rather
love
have
pizza.
I'd rather have pizza and ice cream at the same time.
Ugh.
Cold, hot, salty, sweet,
Apple pie and ice cream is my jam right there.
and maybe a slice of pizza.
Like separate. Yeah, sure.
See, it's just a lot of
French fries milkshake. Bomb combo right there.
You know what, man? I never got into that.
It's so good.
I never got into that.
Gotta get you a Frosty. That's where it's at. It's a Wendy's Frosty. That's the secret sauce there, my friend.
You ever put ice cream in a burger? That's called an ice cream sandwich.
What?
Oh, no. Just the ice cream by itself, and that's called an ice. You know what? Maybe that's what we should start doing, because somebody who said the icy ice cream and French fries, some dude was just like, ate it and was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I think if we just start mashing food together and trying it out, I will tell you, there will be a lot of failures.
Oh, for sure.
And we're not going to like a lot of stuff that we make.
Yeah.
But
agree.
who knows? I mean,
one time when I was a kid, I poured orange juice in my rice. It was disgusting. Don't do that. I'm just letting you know my qualifications for this experiment. I have experience.
But it's the thought of doing it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Like, okay, you know cannoli.
Oh, I love cannolis.
I love cannolis.
It's so good.
So imagine
I can't help but think about American Pie when I see a cannoli.
I've never watched American Pie, so I
Oh
can't.
my god, you would love it.
Does he fucking cannoli?
You would love the scene. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You have to watch it.
The American Pie is in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's American Pie 2. I think it's the second one.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's a cannoli, and that's all I'll say. But there's a cannoli in there, and it's hilarious. All right, go ahead.
I got interested. So a cannoli is just the inside of it is your frosting, your ice creamy kind of frothy
the cream
inside the cream, right? Mm-hmm. And then the outside is like that crispy, thin, fried kind of bread feeling kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Imagine if we did that, the outside piece, instead of using just a random piece of bread, say we use like a pizza or something, okay? We use a pizza, and we'll start off small. We don't use like a combination pizza. Maybe like just a pepperoni pizza,
Okay.
or a meat lovers pizza, whatever. And then you begin to roll it up, and then you fill it up with, say, like a swirl of vanilla and chocolate. Now, yeah, it sounds disgusting, but is it though?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Bro.
I'm willing to try it.
Okay, good. So, on top of the other things that you guys send us, mash up some shit that you want us to mash up, because I was just thinking about, I'm gonna put that in our perspective things to do, because I think we can find something.
Yeah. How about hit us up on our social media channels @_GTWTB and name just 2 random foods, and we'll put them together and eat it, and we'll record it.
Now think about it, okay? Just don't say
No, you know, be
orange
fun.
juice and rice.
You know, be fun. Don't think about it. What we'll do is we'll find a way. Like, if we get more than one entry, we'll just flip a coin for it or randomize like who gets what, and we're just gonna have to eat it. You brought this upon yourself.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it. Like, no, actually, I'm just thinking about what we're gonna call it. That's why.
Oh, got it.
See, I'm spitballing. I was gonna say Food Wars, but there's already a show called Food Wars, I think.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll think of something.
Smasher, Thrasher, Fireball.
Well, on this idea of recommendations, I don't know when this is going to come out, but it'll come out on a Wednesday. You'll probably listen to it on a Thursday or Friday. So heading into the weekend, German, what are some recommendations that you might have if somebody has some time to kill? Maybe a show you're into, maybe an activity you like.
Depending on how the weather is going to be like, I'm not sure if this was a segue to something.
No, it's
Okay.
just purely
Okay,
like
good.
recommendation.
Oh, okay, good. So a little bit of something what I'm going to do this weekend. Let's say, and some people might be into it. I'm going to go shooting this weekend.
Hey-oh.
Okay,
Like pew pew?
like pew pew,
Oh,
or
okay.
more like pow pow.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know what the difference is.
I'm gonna get a zoom in on that. I was like, I guess. It's well now because we're getting into that kind of area during the year where the weather is a little bit nicer. You're a little bit freer to do what you want. Actually, some people when it gets really hot, they just want to stay inside or whatever.
Right.
And it's not too cold to not do anything. Right?
Yeah.
And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be indoors shooting. Shooting is fun. You know, I love to shoot. If any firearm aficionados or people who want to learn, you know, shooting is fun. And shooting is fun as well.
Yes, my kind of shooting.
Yeah, that's always. It's weird because now that I'm trying to get myself in the eyes of Kangsan and what he sees as far as shooting goes. You know, I have a little more appreciation of things. That's fun. What I do like doing also, and this is a little bit weird, is I'll go to an area that I'm familiar with, say downtown LA, or even like to the park. And sometimes you don't have to like actually devote a lot of time to it, but just sit down or just stand and just like look around for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Not synonymous with that, but kind of along those lines of that. There are times where when I'm driving, either for work or back home or whatever, I'll turn off the radio, or I'll turn off whatever I'm watching or listening to, and just drive and listen to the changing of the gears, the revving of the engine, the switching of the lanes, and all that stuff, and being present.
Yes.
So that's a very weird hippie way of, but that's what I do. That's what I actually do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Anything outdoors. Just do anything outdoors. You got kids, go play with your kids.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
You got plenty of parks out here. Play some basketball. You know, throw a frisbee around. They have that new game where you like bounce the ball into a trampoline.
Spike ball.
Oh my god, dude.
It's so fun. Asan has a spike ball set. Play at the beach. It's a workout. It's so fun.
Oh my, go to the beach.
We'll play with spike ball one time.
We'll go. Yeah. What about you? What do you?
Chef's Table. New season's out on Netflix. Season 5. I'm a big foodie. I love to eat. But Chef's Table is more than that. Every episode highlights a chef from around the world. And just sort of their life leading up to the point where they became a world-renowned chef. So you get to hear all about their trials and tribulations. They get really personal and give great detail about sort of the troubles they've been having, whether it's marital issues, mental health issues, substance abuse issues. You know, there are a lot of times they're stuck in life and feel like they're finding themselves again, a lot like we have alluded to at the beginning of this episode. So even if you don't like food, but you just want a little inspiration or a little motivation, get to hear somebody else's story, most definitely check out Chef's Table, seasons 1 through 5. Nice. They've got a great assortment of chefs from here in Los Angeles, in New York, in Argentina, Norway, South Korea, Mexico. I mean, they're all over the world. So France, obviously, you know, other places in the Mediterranean and in Europe, they're everywhere. There's stories to be told, and it's just a well-produced show. So definitely check that out for sure.
Any notable chefs this new season?
No, not the ones that I specifically know of.
Oh.
But I did get to know a lot of chefs through this.
Nice.
And it's been great. There's a Korean monk who's a chef.
Oh.
That's an interesting one. There's a guy who cooks everything outdoors underground in Argentina.
Whoa.
That's an interesting one. Like, there's a cook who has a 3 Michelin star restaurant in the middle of nowhere in like Sweden or Norway or something, where you literally have to travel like 3 hours just to get to the restaurant. There's nothing else there. And he somehow has enough business to attract that type of clientele and be a 3 Michelin star restaurant, which is ridiculous. Most recently, I saw a Mexican immigrant chef who details what it was like to kind of run through the border, travel all the way up to Philly, and make a name for herself. There's a lot. It's pretty crazy. But speaking of inspiration, you know, us at Good Times with the Boys, we're all good friends. We're brothers. We're family. And we want to see from our listeners some ideas that maybe you would like for us to talk about on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we've been toying around with the idea of streaming stuff on Twitch. We're a competitive group of people. Andrew and I often play a lot of video games to settle debates or...
Like mature adults.
Yeah, like mature adults. We square up in FIFA and the winner is correct. But maybe we'll do the food mashup video. Maybe we'll do, a topic that the listeners want to hear about us, hear us talk about. So definitely, for sure, hit us up at Andrew at gtwtv.com. I'm trying to work on that.
We gotta change that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me try this again. Reach out to Andrew at gtwtv.com. I just won't say his name.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just by itself.
Yeah. Or slide in them DMs on our Instagram or Twitter at _GTWTB.
And you know what? I know we don't have very many listeners yet and followers and all that stuff. But for those of you that I know that you are listening and thank you, don't be afraid. It's all love over here. You know what I'm saying? Just because, and maybe don't feel embarrassed that you want to post something on the tube or in the DMs. First of all, in the DMs, it's private. Only maybe Kangsan will see it or Rich will see it. So, don't be afraid, to ask any questions or if you want to just say something, I know who you are. You know who I am, bro or brah. It's all good. Okay. Send it in, baby girl, baby boy. Send it in.
Yeah. So check us out. Make sure you stay tuned to us on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. Our video version of every podcast episode will be available on YouTube. The aforementioned Twitter and Instagram handles are also available. Have any questions, comments, hit up Andrew at gtwtv.com. To everybody that's listening, we are trying to make it a mission and try to get as many people out here on this podcast as possible, share as many stories, give as many voices out there heard, because we're good times with the boys. We're all about the good times, but the way we get together is to learn about each other, and we're here to make the world a better place, one laugh at a time.
Oh, that is.
So, for myself and my non-allergic friend German here,
I'm allergic to coconut.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Good Times with the Boys. And until next time,
bye-bye.
I love you, I love you, I love you.